quote this on me. There is no way the Orioles or Red Sox make the playoffs this season. There's no way. There's no way.
For me, I gotta build a snowman.
I don't think all Mavs fans look into the stats like I do.
I'm mixing names, swapping pitchers' names, and everyone today. So thanks for catching.
I've given up on Drew Lock. I think you trade him.
I set the bar really low at the NBA predictions.
How are we talking about the Thunder in a MLB preview? I have no idea.
That's a perfect name. What you said, name brand players. Like, it's not the Great Value, Target brand toilet paper or whatever. It's the Charmin Ultra Strong.
I don't know if Nick Nurse is the coach for the Raptors. I don't know if he's the reason why they won the 2019 championship. I feel like that was more of a team effort. Yeah, this questions the firing of Dwayne Casey, who I think is a very underrated coach. He's making the best of the Detroit Pistons situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I was surprised that the Clippers gave up Lou Williams.
Everything's going wrong for the Lakers at the wrong time.
The Mavs cannot say we do not miss Seth Curry shooting threes.
Them losing like 40 players to the Chargers who play online.
I'm just gonna, and it lands to the Dolphins. I'm just gonna have to throw my hands into the air.
I agree 100%, and the reason why I agree is because this is a terrible trade for the long term.
To me, the Capitals really pushed all their chips for this season. So happy belated birthday to Madison Bowie.
Sam Bennett's someone I really expected to be a better player.
Hello, I'm Mike Grimes, and you've been listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. We're going to be talking about the firings of Joe Girardi and Joe Maddon. And call back to our earlier episodes when we talked about playoff or bust teams. I disagreed with Austin about the Angels because I thought they could fire Joe Maddon, and they did. I'm very surprised that they fired him this way into the season when they were on a 12-game losing streak when they fired him, and then they lost 2 more games, and now they finally broke out of it. So still very surprising that they would do that. But I was also very surprised when I looked at my phone and saw Joe Girardi dismissed. So I think, which one's the more surprising to you, Girardi or Maddon?
Madden, 100%, because of how they started the season. It was so surprising to me. I didn't anticipate it. I don't really know what to think of it, mainly because of how sudden it was. It wasn't really given any build-up. There was nothing beforehand. I was like, oh, this is going to happen. It just kind of did. So looking back, I can see kind of, sort of why they made the move, but in the same light, they had a great start to the season. They were bound to go back to earth, and you can't stay at the top forever. And the Angels have had a lot of bad years previous to this one, and so when they taste any success and then they fall back to where they were, they immediately fire the guy. I don't really understand it. It doesn't seem like the best move at this point of the season. Ohtani seemed not happy about the situation, and so I don't know what this is going to put the Angels moving forward. I didn't agree with the move, but I can see sort of where they got the idea.
Yeah, I agree. Given how they started, and Rendon also got injured while they were playing well, and then Rendon got injured, and then started losing games. Like, it wasn't like everyone is healthy, and we're just bad right now. No, there are some injuries that have hurt you. I know Trout was injured for a little bit, I think, but Rendon really hurt them. So I wouldn't have fired him. And then Joe Girardi, I could have seen them firing him this season, just not during the season. What do you think?
Yeah, I was surprised that they decided to do it at this point in the season. Even though they didn't have a bad start, at least they did it now and not later, because if you wait too long, it does kind of ruin the entire season. It just seems like players are underperforming, but Didi Gregorius, his player that used to play for the Yankees, one of my favorite players ever, finally started to get it together this season, but it just wasn't working out for the Phillies as a whole. Standings-wise, they weren't looking good comparatively to their division rivals, the New York Mets, and them being now 28 and 29. They've won 7 straight, so it looks like the firing has been a positive. It just, I was surprised that they did it. But again, it was good that they did it this early in the season. If you're going to do it now. And winning 7 straight, it looks like it was the right move. We'll just see how it is moving forward. Because sometimes after you make a move, there is a period of success that's met directly with loss afterwards. But if they can keep this going and be a quality team moving forward and make the playoffs, it would make this look like a much better move than I initially thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I can see your point. You and I also like at the beginning of season disagreed with how the Phillies were going to do this season because they did some weird, in my opinion, weird moves. They signed Kyle Schwarber and Castellanos, both players who are not good at defense but great at hitting. Um, and their defense was already a weakness for them. So I really don't blame the Phillies being bad on Joe Girardi. I kind of blame it on the GM for choosing to just go, hey, defense, don't worry about it. We're fine. We'll just get more hitting and spend a lot of money on Schwarber and Castellanos. And pitching, I know their depth, and they also had Gregorius. Nothing really much there as Gregorius is on his last legs. Looks to be on his last leg. He's not playing like he did with the Yankees a few years ago. So I'm just surprised that it wasn't a full dismissal of the GM and the coach, just Girardi.
Yeah. Well, I know you said that Didi's on his last legs. I don't necessarily know about that. This season he is hitting 306. So I am happy with how he's performed this year, but also you do make a good point because the last season he was terrible. So he's met last year's woes with this year hitting 306, and while he hasn't hit a homer yet this season, his OPS plus is 124. So I'm fine with his performance. He's one of my favorite players ever, like I said before, and I hope he has a lot of success in moving forward. But he did play for Girardi in New York and now plays or played with him in Philadelphia as well. So we'll see how he performs moving forward.
Yeah, my thing with Didi is like his defense hasn't it to me. I think it's been on decline for a little bit. So just a complete shortstop hitting though, like someone wants to sign him as DH, you can, but the DH spot is already filled with two guys with the Phillies. So adding a third guy wouldn't make sense. But so that's my thing with Didi. It's just like the main shortstop. Not sure how that goes, but they just rolled with it. So I think Girardi and Madden will both have nice markets as coaches for other teams. What do you think?
Yeah, they definitely have a chance of getting hired again and relatively soon. Madden and Girardi have both managed teams to World Series, and that's always something that an organization is looking for. But they have been. It has been a while since both of those things have happened. So we'll see who decides to pick them up because I do believe a team will at least give them a try. It just depends if the fit is good.
Yeah, and I was thinking the Yankees are playing well though, so as long as the Yankees play well, I don't think they're going to get rid of Aaron Boone. But I didn't know if Girardi was going to go back to the Yankees. That
Yeah,
was just like my
I don't.
first thought when I saw
Yeah,
he was
I
going
don't think that's
to the
gonna
Yankees.
fit right now because
Well, yeah,
the Yankees being what is it,
41.
20, 25 games over 500. So
Yeah, yeah. So we'll have to see. Any coaches you think get fired this season?
Tony La Russa, I do think probably may get fired if they don't turn it around sooner rather than later. But I did see an interesting stat that when Tony La Russa played for the White Sox, they had a similar start to this and it ended up winning the division. So we'll see. Maybe they think, oh, the same thing's going to happen. But I do think he's probably the most likely. After that, I don't really know. It can be very tumultuous deciding because some people have a longer patience than others. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree with Tony La Russa, which is shocking since he is a Hall of Fame manager. But the White Sox are just not doing well. So that's all I got. Anything else you got, Austin, for this?
No.
All right. Well, we'll keep y'all updated. Thank you for listening to MLB Opinions of the Week. Make sure to check out other opinions of the week. And thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.